American Cheering Bulldog Nation. Welcome to Eric Deters Local News. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, I canceled Freedom Fest, and let me explain it again. I've done a separate video about it. We promoted the hell out of this with President Trump coming. We were selling VIP tickets because President Trump were coming. The whole event was planned. The setup and everything was planned around President Trump coming. He has to go to Iowa. We knew he was going to Iowa before, but he was going to stop here on the way back. But now he's going to stay in Iowa. So I had to make a judgment call. You go forward with the event with all the other great speakers that we had, or you cancel it. I decided to cancel it because, in my opinion, the vibe was going to be messed up without the president coming. I know I had a great crowd last year, 15,000 without the president there, but I just made the judgment call that the vibe was messed up. We're going to go ahead and start planning next year's Patriots Day Freedom Fest, which is September 14th, and it's probably going to be a whole weekend. We're going to make it bigger and better, and we have more time to do that. All right, law and crime. 4 people been rushed to the hospital in a shooting overnight in Clifton Heights. Unbelievable. Sad, sad, sad. An Owenton shooting. This is interesting. State troopers responded to a shooting in Owenton at 1:20 a.m. This guy shot a 16-year-old who was pronounced dead by the Owen County coroner. He was a junior at high school. He's a member of the Carroll County High School football team, an officer in FFA, and cheerleader. Timothy Stone was arrested and charged. This is going to be interesting. Like, why? Was it over going out with a girl, daughter? Who knows? Intruder? Crazy. It'll be interesting to find out what that's all about. A man is facing charges in connection with a double shooting in Covington that killed another and injured another and involved a brick. Got hit with a brick. See, a brick's a weapon too. A 31-year-old has turned himself in Tuesday. This was in response to 2 people that had been shot. One person, 34-year-old Edgar Lopez, was shot. A second person was taken to the hospital. A gun was found. They identified Dazaman Raheem Jones as the suspect, and he has turned himself in. Also, Brian Gray was also arrested. All right, UC robbery at gunpoint. How you like that? According to police, Salahuddin took the victim's phone and threatened to shoot that student. On Friday, Saddam Hussein was indicted by a grand jury in Hamilton County. Crazy stuff. Northern Kentucky mom was acquitted. Kimberly Moore saw her 1-year-old son lunge headfirst in the foot of her bed in May of 2019. She called 911. They charged her with manslaughter. She was found not guilty. In local news, 2023 LSW Open Disc Golf at Idlewood took place in Burlington this weekend. It's the Pro Disc Golf Tour. Do you know that? A Northern Kentucky family escaped the Maui fires. This is the Campbell's family. Connor Campbell and his family had been looking forward to visit Maui for a long time. They'll never forget that trip, right? Susan Bays, 49, was killed in an accident that happened Friday night on an ATV. Sad, sad, sad. A Kroger customer, instead of having a $280 bill, got a $2,800 bill. That's a lot. Northern Kentucky parents have created a league for kids of all abilities. Pretty cool. John and Samantha Payne are behind this. They wanted to have a league where people could play soccer, basketball, baseball in a casual environment. You know, maybe not the kids that are super athletic. Good for them. Everybody plays. Sad story. John Fay, Reds beat writer, died at the age of 66. Too soon. A third victim of Pennsylvania bus crash was identified as a 20-year-old from Cincinnati. Sad, sad, sad. Covington schools are considering a tax rate increase. What do you think about that? Crestview Hills Council is considering a tax decrease. And Republican lawmakers want a special session to address the Jefferson County school bus debacle. Guess what? They actually closed the schools Thursday and Friday. Insane. Kentucky Basketball Hall of Fame honored a whole bunch of folks. One guy was really neat. His guy's name is Estep. He actually had his dad weld I remember he was Mr. Basketball in 1980. Weld rims that were smaller than regulation to practice with. So during games, the rim was bigger. Pretty cool. 67 counties are seeking volunteers to review local foster care cases. That's how bad. What's that say about our society? Not good. Lexington Council is considering a 4% increase in property tax revenue. What do you think about that, Lexingtonians? 2 Democratic Kentucky legislatures are going to introduce a bill to provide free meals to all students. What do you think of that? Cameron and Beshear have announced a debate schedule. There's like 5 or 6 debates. September 20th, Chamber of Commerce. October 12th, Paducah Chamber of Commerce. October 23rd, KET. October 24th, KYT. Interesting. Governor Beshear's announced 7 applicants for Kentucky sports betting licenses. So far, MGM, Caesar Sportsbook, and FanDuel. Always the big boys. Louisville Metro Councilman Ja'Cory Arthur has left the Democratic Party and become an independent. Interesting. Kentucky, according to Andy Beshear, Kentucky leads in school safety. Is he leads because of him or the Republican legislature wanting school resource officers? There's a lot of political speculations that Beshear, because of the tornadoes in Mayfield and the floods in the east, that his trying to help these people, some people think he's failed, some people think he hasn't, that's going to help him with rural votes, hold down the Republican votes. We'll see. He's up 10 points. Marjorie Greene Taylor, this is in Ohio. Her campaign manager, who I correspond with, his name is Isaiah Wortman, along with 2 others, agreed to pay back $22,000 in restitution. Wortman and Mahoney. Apparently, according to Wortman, he didn't know that company didn't have the contract that they were supposed to have. Seems like a nice guy. I tend to believe him. Anderson Township woman got called up on the stage at the Voice of America Country Music Festival. I don't know how we missed it. That went on this weekend. My good buddy Cowboy and Elsie Melman went. Heck, I might have gone, although I was kind of just lazy this weekend. There is now going to be a proposed Ohio constitutional amendment that takes away qualified immunity from state workers. That would include police officers. Again, that would, based upon the recent vote, that would require only 50% of the voters to pass that amendment. Let me just tell you something about this, okay? I understand qualified immunity. I think it's important for state workers if they make a mistake. What I'm for getting rid of is the immunity when you prove that they did something on purpose. That's the immunity you got to get rid of. If a state worker makes a mistake, it's one thing. A state worker intentionally screws up somebody's life, the hammer needs to come down on them. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.